Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Dak Prescott has a delusional optimism about the state of the Cowboys. It's been over 30 years since the Dallas Cowboys have won a Super Bowl, and yet, their current starting quarterback believes his team is very close to where division rivals and Super Bowl 59 champions the Philadelphia Eagles are at. Dallas is coming off of yet another disappointing season that saw Dak Prescott go down injured, and then two of the Cowboys' NFC East foes each reached the NFC Championship game, with the Eagles and Washington Commanders having phenomenal seasons. Still, Prescott was asked about the state of the Cowboys, and he believes that they aren't far away from contending with the likes of the Super Bowl champions. The Cowboys will have plenty to worry about next season as they look to rebuild under new head coach Brian Schottenheimer, who was a very surprising hire based on the reactions of those around the league. Dallas is currently one of 8 teams with negative cap space per over the cap, which also presents difficulties for the team after having given large contract extensions to Prescott and star wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. 1995 marks the last time the Cowboys reached a Super Bowl when they defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers, and with the growing competition in their division with the Eagles and Commanders both thriving, there has to be immense pressure on owner Jerry Jones to get Dallas back to relevancy next season. DeMarcus Lawrence free agency decision could be brutal reality for Cowboys. Frisco. DeMarcus Lawrence has been synonymous with the Dallas Cowboys defense over the last decade. Despite massive changes from quarterback, head coach and other spots on the roster and staff, Lawrence has been one of the constants in that span. Once the self-proclaimed leader of the Hot Boys, Lawrence's role has shifted from young star to defensive leader and has become veteran mentor/co-leader of this group, with Micah Parsons entering the fold. Parsons is set to receive a massive contract extension this offseason, and the Cowboys have assets tied up elsewhere. That may spell an unfortunate end to Lawrence's tenure in Dallas. But choosing to let Lawrence walk means accepting a reality where he signs elsewhere, including a rival team. For the Cowboys, two of their most vaunted rivals could find themselves in pursuit of a player like Lawrence in the coming months. Starting with the Washington Commanders, there is an obvious landing spot for Lawrence. Dallas' hated rival has cap space to spend and is looking to beef up their defensive interior. Dan Quinn poached a few players when he left town last offseason, including Tyler Baiadax and Dorrance Armstrong, who worked with Lawrence on the Cowboys' defensive front. There is a clear vision there for Lawrence to land with a familiar face. Additionally, the San Francisco 49ers are in need of some muscle up front to complement Nick Bosa on their line. Based on the way the Niners started their offseason, there is a clear commitment to that side of the ball. San Francisco banked its defensive coordinator search on Robert Saleh's return and succeeded. A veteran like Lawrence would be an enticing option for Saleh if they can get him at the right price. Unlike Washington, the Niners have some financial matters to sort through first. Quarterback Brock Purdy is expected to sign his own sizable contract extension, and to do that they may need to move off some contracts, including Deebo Samuel. Once those matters are attended to, the Niners could land a major troll to Dallas by signing their former defensive leader. If Lawrence and the Cowboys both decide to part ways, there will be more than 2 teams that entertain the signing of Tank to their squad. Going down that path, the Cowboys are opening the door for a major revenge arc on part of a former franchise centerpiece. Derrick Henry to Micah Parsons. Jerry Jones got my number blocked. Derrick Henry was a guest on Micah Parsons' podcast during Super Bowl week. Eventually, with the help of the crowd, the conversation turned to Henry's free agency a year ago, where he signed with the Baltimore Ravens while the Dallas Cowboys didn't even kick the tires on the veteran running back. During a discussion about working out together during the offseason, Parsons complained that Henry didn't let him know about a change of location. When someone in the audience shouted that Henry should have called Jerry Jones to get Parsons's phone number, Henry was quick with a response saying, "Jerry got my number blocked. I couldn't even get it. I couldn't even call Jerry." This got a huge laugh from everyone in attendance. Parsons then explained why Henry and the Cowboys weren't meant to be. I'm actually happy that you had the year. I was telling somebody last night, it was like, are you upset that Derrick Henry didn't come to Dallas? Parsons said. I said no, that's not how God works. He was exactly where he was supposed to be. Year 8, 9 of his career, still going for 1,800 yards, playoffs. He was exactly where he was supposed to be. I'm happy that he didn't get ruined by us. While this might not sound like something an owner would want a player saying about his team, it is in line with something Jerry Jones said in October about Henry. In my mind, we're not playing very good football right now at all, and that's beyond whether or not we have Derrick Henry, Jones said Tuesday. Derrick is having a career year. I don't know if he'd be having that career year in our situation, and that's really something you do have to look at. Because if he had not had as many carries as our running backs have had, then he certainly probably wouldn't have attained the level of impact he's had. So it sounds like Jones, Parsons, and Henry are all in agreement that it was best for Derrick Henry that he didn't sign in Dallas. It's probably not the kind of truth the fans in Dallas want to hear, but they should be used to that by now. And are you a fan? What do you think of Derrick Henry's statement? Leave your opinion in the comments.